And can one of y'all have the stats pulled up too? Because I was wanting to look.
Do you want it in the middle? Here. I just know Asbury had, 6 threes. How many points did Mac have?
26.
26?
Wait.
Yeah.
Am I right? Yeah, 26.
Okay, I'll kick it off. All right, we are coming back at you. The Ocali women's basketball crew is all lined up here just after Bedlam ended tonight in Stillwater. The final score was 91-64. Oklahoma State gets the win. Guys, Norman is only 45 minutes away, but that's going to be a long bus ride for the Sooners back home. I mean, not a bus ride I would especially be looking forward to. It was dominant. The Cowgirls outscored the Sooners in every quarter but the fourth, when this game was already kind of out of hand. Big reasons why were the two kind of engines of this Cowgirl team, Tasha Mack and Jamie Asbury. I mean, both of them were incredible. I don't know where we want to start, who we want to go first with, because they were both incredible. 26 and 22 points respectively, I believe. Jacob, what did you see from either one of those players today?
Well, they mentioned it at the end, and I think it's one of the main things you can take away from this game. Natasha Mack breaking the OSU women's basketball program record for blocks. I think that's the #1 thing you have to take away from this game. She was incredible. I mean, she's been that way the entire season, but it just seemed like tonight everything was going right. She didn't have to really force any shots because a lot of her shots were right at the rim. I think, if I remember right, she was 12 out of 17 from the floor. I mean, that's super duper efficient for anybody, let alone Natasha Mack. And I mean, realistically, I mean, that really was the tone setter for this game. What do you think?
Yeah, I completely agree, but I'm going to shift the focus a little bit over to Jamie Asbury just because of her performance in the first half was phenomenal. I think it was 19 points in that first half with that buzzer beater right there from the right wing behind us. I mean, you couldn't ask for more from her. I mean, she was hitting all of her shots. She was the focal point of the offense, which is usually something that's Natasha Mack's job, but she stepped up and was like, I'm going to step up and I'm going to give the Cowgirls the surge they need to get ahead at half and kind of power through in the third and fourth quarters.
Yeah, it was kind of funny on that buzzer beater because Coach Chattel was telling Jamie, drive it in, get a good shot at the rim to end the half. Jamie saw the defense was playing so close to the rim there. So, I don't know if she decided to take that three immediately, but she ended up taking kind of an off-balance three. Coach Chattel said he had a good line of sight. I think we had a pretty good line of sight. Everyone thought that ball was going in, and to see it go in, I don't think anyone was surprised just because of the remarkable way she shot the ball this game. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think, kind of reflecting on this Cowgirl season, the emergence of Jamie Asbury as a really great scorer for the Cowgirls to go along with Natasha Mack. Like we said, Natasha Mack, she was blocking shots like crazy. Coach Chattel was hyping up how she set the program all-time blocks record in just a season and 19 games. And Mack was hurt a little bit last season, so her blocks per game is over 4 this season, and she's just on a ridiculous tear. Her whole career has been one ridiculous tear of blocking, so that's been incredible. She was guarding a point guard today, so that just shows, why she's destined right now to be a top lottery pick in the WNBA draft. But like you say, Jamie Asbury, she's been a great source of scoring for the Cowgirls all season long. She hit a really high percentage of threes tonight. I'm not sure the number. Do you have the number, Jacob?
Let me check that.
I know she had six total threes, which tied a career high for her. I want to say it was 6 of 12. It was like a ridiculous percentage.
6 of 11.
6 of 11. So those two players have really been balling out kind of all season long, and I think have been the true engine behind the Cowgirls, catapulting to the top of the Big 12 standings for now. But as we were talking in the post-game presser with Coach Chattel, we saw contributions from quite a few Oklahoma kids today, and really, in a win this big, the whole roster, I think, played well. And that's so important, Sam, because this is not any other game. And Coach Chattel's meant, he's told us that so many times that Bedlam is treated differently around here. And with 4 Oklahoma kids on the roster, Lauren Fields, Taylon Collins, Lexi Keys, and Jamie Asbury, Bedlam becomes even more important because those kids understand the meaning of it. So, to see those kids have a pretty nice game, all of them individually, and also, just to get this huge monumental win, lift the hardware at the end. We saw a big happy celebration of players around there with the Bedlam sweep today in Stillwater.
Yeah, I think one other thing we need to mention just before we wrap up here is that five Cowgirls were in double figures scoring. I think that's a huge step in the right direction. This team has had 2 or 3, I think, that you could basically count on to be scoring more than 10 points each night, and then everybody else is just kind of anything you can offer. But I think tonight, everything was going right. They had contributions off the bench. They had contributions in the starting lineup that maybe were more than what we all expected. And I think realistically that all added up to a comfortable win, all things considered.
I completely agree. Just having that third scoring option is so important at the high school level and on, just because if you don't have that third option, you're going to have some troubles. Obviously, most teams, they have those 1 and 2 like we have in Mac and Asbury, but once you find that third option and get that third option rolling, it's usually all things above for that team.
Well, Noah, I think rolling is certainly the word tonight. I believe credit Dave Hunziker on the stats, as he always is so great with stats. I believe he tweeted out that this was the most lopsided Oklahoma State Bedlam win in 45 years. So certainly quite a showing for the Cowgirls, not just this season, but hey, in a lot of our lives and a lot of the players' lives and the coaches' lifetimes. This game tonight, a little history all around with Natasha Mack and that scoring record. Guys, anything to say, or are we wrapping it up? It's going to be a dogfight in Austin in a couple days when the Cowgirls go to Austin to play Texas. They beat them here on this very same floor last time, but I'd imagine those Horns, they didn't appear to be happy down here. So I expect them to come with some fire, but also these Cowgirls to come with some fire as well, because they are, as Noah and Sam said, rolling. So for the Ocali, this is Ben Hutchens, Sam Hutchens, Jacob Sturm, and Noah Weber bringing you Oklahoma State women's basketball coverage. Thanks for joining us.
Nice job, guys.
Whose phone is this?
Oh, that's fine.